I wanted to make this quick video talking about small components, how to solder them, how to remove them, how to measure them. Hopefully this will be helpful to somebody. We're going to focus on this small capacitor right here. Oh, I already have one on my tweezers. I'm just going to get rid of that. Let's actually focus on this capacitor right here. So what you're going to need some tweezers, you're going to need a soldering iron, you're going to need a hot air station. That's my recommendation for working on any small components like this. First thing you're going to want to do before working with any small component, if you're removing, let's go ahead and put some flux on it. Hopefully, this is just the tip of my flux pen, or flux syringe, so I could just show you how small that is. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to tin both sides with leaded solder, because a lot of times the solder that comes on, these boards from the factory is going to be unleaded, and the melting temperature is going to be way higher than something that's leaded. Okay, so let me preheat my iron. So my iron's preheated. One of the issues you might run into is you're not going to be able to get this in there to tin it properly. If you got some flat nose pliers like this, one thing I like to do when I'm dealing with small parts and I need to tin something is I just come in, just give it a squeeze. You're gonna flatten out your solder. It's gonna make it a little bit easier to get it into tighter corners. So I'm actually gonna do this off camera. I'm gonna squeeze it a little tighter so it's nice and flat. So let me show you what that looks like now. So it's almost like a little blade. It's very malleable, so I can actually kind of bring this up right next to it. So I've got my iron set up at 360 Celsius. If your iron's not calibrated, this could make a big difference for you, or it might not. Let me turn the board like this so the component is long ways. I'm going to come in with my solder sword. I'm going to touch it right up against the joint, and I'm going to come in with my iron, just come touch right on top. Okay. Let's flip it around. We're going to do the other side. This is a Nintendo 3DS board, if you're wondering what it is I'm demoing on. This board is dead. It's got a lot of water damage. So let's go ahead and tin this other side. Okay. So now that you've got that tinned, we're going to put our iron in the holder. We're not going to use it right now. Turn the board so that way I'm right-handed, so my tweezers are going to be my right hand. Before I even bring any hot air in, I'm just going to make sure I can do a grab on it. You see, I'm able to grab it. I'm lightly touching. I'm actually able to lift the board up, which is kind of what you want. What we're going to do here, and this is if you're trying to measure a component rather than just remove it, because removing it is easy enough. You just pull it off. But if we want to measure it, something like this capacitor has to be out of circuit. And sometimes you'll run into resistors that need to be out of circuit as well because you're not getting an accurate measurement. So I've got my hot air at 100% airspeed, 375 Celsius. I'm going to grab this component just like this. And the idea is once it gets molten, I'm going to move it over so just one pad is touching one half of the component. Okay? So I'm going to grab. I bring my hot air nozzle in right on top. Just going to let that get hot. Okay. I'm just kind of gently prodding at it until it's ready to go. My hot air around. Okay. Now I'm just going to touch it to this pad. Release the hot air. Keep your tweezers in place. It's important not to let your tweezers move. Wait until you see that solder change. Okay, now it's firmly in place. And now check this out. This is going to be the part that's hardest for most people, is measuring the component. But now I can just come in with my probes and I can measure this component. It's not going to go anywhere. And it's 100 nanofarads. Okay, it's as easy as that. Turn my airspeed up again. Let me grab the component first. We're going to put it back. So now we got our measurement. Let's say I just want to put it back. Same settings as before. Now the component's released. I'm going to keep heating the area. Now let's just press this down into place. Release the hot air. We'll let that cool. And now sometimes it's not exactly in place. That's okay. I'm just going to add more flux. We're just going to heat it. It's not going to go anywhere as long as you're holding the hot air just right above. Sometimes you can give it a little tap just to get it in place. Actually, that looks good, so I'm just going to leave that alone. Okay, so that component's back in place. It's not going anywhere. Let's talk about fuses, because that's a really common one as well. So here's a fuse. How are we going to replace this? If you know the answer, good. If not, I'll explain it. It's the same thing. Okay? Apply flux. Tin the sides. Okay? Hold this there for a second. Just to mix in the different compositions of metal. That's all you're doing, is you're just mixing those two different compositions of solder together, and you're lowering the melting temperature. That's how it works. That's how it was explained to me. That's how it works in practice. Okay, touch this side. Okay. Now check this out. What I'm going to do, because let's just say we're removing this fuse. We already know it's bad. I'm going to lift it. So I'm going to grab the component. I'm just going to lift gently. Come in with the hot air. Let gravity do the work. You're not ripping any pads or anything like that. It releases when it's ready. That's it. You already have your pads tinned, so if you get your new fuse, what you're going to do is you're going to come in. Let me get a better grip on that. I've got my cat hair. That's fine. Let's press this down flat against the board. Okay. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to heat, and when I see it's molten, I'm going to slide this over. Right now, I can't slide it over because there's little mountains of solder there. But check this out. Come in with the hot air. It's molten. I can see it changed. I'm going to slide this over. Release. Once I see it solidify, I can let go. Add a little more flux, just a tiny bit. And watch this. It's not position, but when I heat this up, watch it go back into place. That's it. So I hope this helps you. Actually, let me show you one more thing. Let's say you're starting fresh. You want to put a component down on a pad, and there's nothing there. Okay? Here's what we'll do. Let's pretend I want to move the fuse over to this spot right here on a board. There's nothing there yet. It's really simple. What you're going to do, going to put some flux down. You're going to tin those pads. Okay. I'm going to put my iron on the pad, introduce the solder. Iron on the pad, introduce the solder. If you don't have your iron touching the pad, you're not going to get a joint. And this isn't getting into like board thicknesses and iron quality and stuff like that. That's just the simple thing. So let's go ahead and take this component off. I'm just going to show you moving it over. We tinned it. So the next step is just the same as before. I put it in place. I slide it. Heat the solder. Slide it in. Release. Okay. More flux. Reheat. Watch it go back into place. It might not on this because both those pads are the same thing. There you go. Yep. That's it. Okay. Let's go ahead and move it back to its original position, just so I know what that component, where that component is. It's going to be where I expect it to be. That's really all there is to it. And this goes for all the different components on the board, even the tiny ones. Let me see if I could show you one. Look at this little guy right here. Even this one. I'm not going to touch him right now because he'll definitely go flying. But it's the same principle. This will just be the last one. I'm just going to move him out of the way. You can work with really, really tiny components this way. Okay. Pre-tin it with leaded. I'm going to come in with my iron at 375. Let's say I wanted to measure this. And the neat thing is that when you tin it, this one's going to melt sooner than everything else, so you don't have to worry about blowing anything else away. It's not going anywhere. That's it. Okay? That's all there is to it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I hope this is helpful to some of you. If you are looking for help on repairing anything or you have questions about this video, feel free to join the Discord. We got a lot of cool people there who are willing to help out, myself included. And hopefully we can keep growing that, and that'll be really cool to see. Alright, see you all in the next one.